Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of Anzi in Color. Today I was thinking we could cover some time management stuff. If there's enough time, maybe I'll make a, add, I guess, finding the motivation to make content because lately I've been struggling. It's been a while since I posted an episode, and now we're back. I also did do my birthday stream last weekend, so on the 23rd for my birthday. So I was a little busy doing that. But I even find it hard to make time to make content. Making content for others, I'm great at. Not a problem. But to set time aside for myself to make the content and to sit down and do this it's because it's so different and because it's just me talking to a camera, it makes it a little hard. So I'm working on my own time management. From now on, I'm setting aside 2 hours a day to work on content. So adding the extra time a day, like a schedule, which I'm working on making my life easier to make my content creation easier. And it's a process. So, but the time management part's kind of easy. It's the making yourself make the time management, which is the hard part. For me, I find it easier to work on other people's content because I find it weird. Like I said before, I don't like hearing my own voice, so I don't like having to edit my videos. But I've gotten better. Since I started doing the podcast, I've gotten a lot better. But time management goes towards everything in your life. So if you can't find your time management for your streaming and your life's a mess, you're going to have to work on your time management for your life to make your streaming and content creation work. So I'm working on that myself, and it's quite the struggle. I don't even have it all figured out yet, and I will probably hopefully by the end of the month. I'm giving myself a deadline. End of July is when I want that done and on a routine and with a schedule and have my life in order. Figure out what time spans work best for me, and I already know my streaming time spans are 7 p.m. and up. It's been that way for a year and a half. I'm not going to change my time. I'm going to work the rest of my life around that. So, which includes working on my mental health, working on my physical health, which also contributes to the mental health, and then sitting down and then doing my content creation, which hopefully is starting the next week. Now, you need to do the scheduling that's best for you. I can't give you answers for that. But even if it just starts with setting aside, pick the time that works best for you to set aside to work on your content. Now, for life, that's a whole other ballgame. The life aspect and your everyday stuff, like housework, work. You got to prioritize what is most important. Family comes first. Actually, no. You come first. You, if you're by yourself, you and your partner, if you're with somebody, family time with the kids, if you got any. And then, you know, your housework, your yard work, the household stuff, then your content. Don't prioritize your content first. I've been taking some time away and prioritizing family time because for me, my time, my me time is my content right now. I have other things in my life that I do prioritize. So, but the basics. Give yourself max 2 hours. If you aren't finished, walk away. You can finish it later. Especially if it's like editing extra content. Like, you can finish that later. I find it's definitely hard to figure out what works best for content. for like TikToks and the YouTube shorts, which I can't even fully wrap my head around some of those sometimes. So I use Eclipse for that because I cheat. But that also being said, like, I have to figure that out on my own when I'm making the podcast episodes. Because I want to clip it and I want to put it on YouTube so that people can see little snippets of me being tongue tied or me being, parts I want to edit out. Let's put it that way. Use them as bloopers and like to bring people in. But again, like I said on the one live stream, only you can help you. So, unless it's something you really want to do, you're not going to be able to find the time for it. I'm glad I took a slight break after my birthday stream last weekend. And for context, today is Saturday, and you guys won't see this till Wednesday. So, because I want to spend time with my kid. Like, my kids are important to me. So spending time with like them, watching movies, just relaxing and enjoying some time. Spending some time with some friends, touching grass, important things in life, like doing real life stuff and not just sitting at a computer. Which is all things I'm trying to work in. Now, now we're going to work our way into the finding the motivation part of this all, because I figure this could do a lot more than that. When you're working to find motivation for something, find the parts of the thing that you love. So, like, for me, my main thing when I started streaming was I love the interaction. I love the talking with people. I love the getting to know people that I didn't know and I would never know if I didn't start streaming. I use that as a motivator to keep going. It wasn't the gaming for me. Like, if I could have done the podcasting from the beginning, if I had the like necessities to do that, which I didn't, now I do. So this is what I've always wanted to do, which is the talking part of it all. And of course, as this grows, the content's going to change a little bit because I'm going to move away from the streaming content a little bit. And talk about more serious matters. Right now, I'm just trying to like incorporate it all together to make it an easier transition for everybody. Because I know a lot of people aren't pleased, technically, with me switching content. But it's my content. It's what I want to do. And for me, this is what I love. This is the part of it that I love the most. And this is the part of it that kept me going for the last year and a half. And the only reason why I kept going for the last year and a half. I love gaming, but I want to make it separate. I want to make it so that it's something I enjoy again. So I can enjoy it with my friends. And set time aside for that. Just like I set time aside for this. Which again, time management. Which I need to work on myself. Because this last week I have sucked at it. I haven't done any streaming. I haven't done any content creating. I was supposed to record this a week ago. Week and a half ago. Roughly. Before my birthday stream. But at the time I was struggling with finding motivation to do it. Now I'm kicking myself in the ass for just making myself do it. Because sometimes you just gotta kick yourself in the butt and just sit down and just fucking do what you need to do. But the other reason why people have a hard time finding motivation is that they're putting their energy elsewhere. And sometimes that energy is supposed to be where it's supposed to be. But me, what I used to do, I used to put my energy into things I shouldn't have been putting my energy into. I thought at the time they were really important and important things to stress about and worry about. And in the last year, I have come to the realization, hey, you know, some of this I can't control. Why am I putting my stress into it? Why am I wasting my energy and my time stressing about this thing that I is beyond my control? And when you get to that realization where you learn to prioritize the things that stress you in life, you become a lighter person. You become happier. You learn to find the joys in things that you didn't think you found the joys in anymore. You find an overall lightness again. Yeah, I definitely say it's a lightness. Lately I've been doing, like I said before, a lot of, work on myself, which I'm glad, because if I hadn't, I would not be able to push myself the way I have been lately. Now, mental health is another big part of finding motivation for things, and inner healing. Learning to push past the things that you hold yourself back, and that's hard. It's hard to push forward from that. Um, in another episode, in a future episode, I should say, me and Ghostly are gonna sit down and we're gonna have a talk about, you know, mental health and how that can affect you in all aspects of life, and what are some of the signs to look for in people you care about when they don't think they are, but they either they don't think they are or they don't want to tell you. And maybe ways to start the conversation, because whether we like it or not, we all want somebody to talk to, even if it's just someone just to sit there. And you could be talking not even about something that you're depressed about or that you're dealing with. And it's just to sometimes have that person listen. Now, I've been looking into some resources for that podcast episode, and looking into resources not just in Canada, because I'm in Canada, so when I look up mental health resources, it only lists what's here. Or any kind of resources, because Canadian websites, just kind of pop up first. But maybe making a list of things that are positive in your life each day, or positive things that have happened to you each day, to make yourself find the motivation for things, might be a key for people. For me, I have to write things down. So I know I do a lot of looking down right now, but that's my notebook, because I do these podcasts alone. I don't usually have someone to talk to throughout my podcasts. I'm hoping to eventually get another mic, have it set up so that I can have guests in here from everyday life type things, which I think would be cool. Definitely making yourself a schedule. Figuring out your stressors in life, where you're putting your energy where you doesn't need to go, and pushing yourself forward. You can only be your own motivator. People can sit and tell you how to do things, but you're only going to be able to figure out what works best for you. Now, for me, I'm making myself go back to school, because that's something I've wanted to do for the last 5 years, 10 years. Well, not 10 years, because I graduated. I got my adult graduation diploma, and I got certified as a special education assistant. So I want to go back and I want to take some courses, because I want to take a business course. It's kind of always been my goal to run my own little business. So eventually Who knows? Maybe I'll be making my own freaking merch one day. I would love that. That would be so much fun. But time management is a thing. And I'm working on that to get to that goal. And that is my goal right now for the next 3 months, is to get there. So, hopefully, in the next 3 months, because I'm going to push myself, because I'm going to make myself, I'm going to make a schedule, I'm going to do the time management work, I'm going to do the mental health work, and I'm going to do the physical work, because I'm realizing that physical health is a lot to do with your mental health. And I wish I'd fucking listened to that earlier in my life. So for the time management and finding motivation portion of this podcast, I think that's all she has written for today. But I'm going to look for some links to some time management books for Amazon. And I want to post them below. And you know, motivators only you can do that yourself. Because honestly, like, find something that you enjoy about it and use that as your motivator. And don't use other people to help you motivate yourself. If it's something you actually want to do, you're going to do the work. You're going to push yourself if that's what you want to do. I hope you find your motivation. I hope you're able to work out your time management if that is your struggle. I would love to do one day back and forth about time management and mental health. Maybe me and Ghostly will talk about that. But again, if there are things that you want to like share so that I can update this podcast and with new information, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. I would love this to podcast to grow a little more. I'm hoping to eventually find my niche here soon. But color's a spectrum. So is my content. And that's one thing I've always been 100% about. Because life is a spectrum. It's full of everything unique and fun and the dark and the light and everything. Like, but that's the subject for another day. That's not today's subject. So, be you. Be unique. Stay imperfectly perfect. Because there's no such thing as perfect. So, I will catch you guys on the next podcast. See you guys soon.